from 85 to 1.
Alright.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
All right. Good morning, everyone. A little bit of a busy morning today. Let's start off. Viru. This one, nice play yesterday. Literally started doing what I wanted right as after I finished the live stream late day yesterday. It was like 15, 20 minutes left in the day. Saw it fail to break down. Got in, added some more as it was holding the mid 15s. 175 shares, average 1535, and we got the push we're looking for to test that 17, mid 17s resistance that we've been talking about for the past few days. And this is the breakout we're talking about right here, looking to test this, and now we're still holding up. We held red to green this morning. I ended up selling at 1711, just capturing most of this move here, which was really nice to see. But now we're just going to be waiting, sitting patient for that 17.5 breakout. This is one of the top plays here on the watch list. Let me go to that. Alright, so we got Viru, AGRI, which I traded this morning, and we'll go over that right now. PIXY, AFI, and RIBT. And also another one to keep an eye on is RDBX. That one is holding up today as well. But let's get into this. So Viru, like I just said, we're looking for that year high to test 20, maybe higher. Just looking for the quick snipe. AGRI today, we had that breakout over 280 here, and it set up beautifully pre-market. It had the momentum, so I was pulling the trigger. Did not go big size at all, only 800 shares, so not much compared to what I usually trade. But here we are. It was holding and came back red green, and I was getting in the low 280s here. It kept holding. I added some more in the 290s. It got my average up to 289. 800 shares. Majority of them were in the 290s. It was a really small starter here, and I was just waiting for it to get to the mid threes. I had my advanced order set at 330 because all day yesterday and the day before we're talking about that. After the 290s 3ish area, we're heading to 330 to 350, and that's why I had my order set there. I'd be up over 10% at that point as well into a resistance level. I'd be satisfied with selling at 330, even though it is the bottom end of the range that I'm looking at to sell. But here we are with another opportunity. This is going to be a great potential setup if this could fail to break down, keep holding 280s, 3ish area here. This could definitely set up for a move back to the mid threes. And if it keeps getting momentum, it does have a sympathy play, RIBT. Another agriculture play here. What's going on there? Okay, reconnected. Is everything else okay then? Yeah, okay. So we're looking for this to possibly hold 65, 70 to give us a test of 80, maybe higher. But I think this play is dependent on the momentum coming in from AGRI to see if we get some momentum from this sector of agriculture, consumer staples. So AGRI, RIBT, keep those on watch. VE, RU, we just went over. Then we got a couple possible multi-day bounces. Pixie here, cheap price play, solid run up. We got the red day, and now we're just looking for the stabilizing of around 40, as that looks to be where it's bottoming out around 38. If it keeps holding up here, that might offer a pushback. Time is it 26? Okay. It tried yesterday to give some momentum. We were looking at that late day, but it just didn't have enough in it. So if it keeps holding up here around 38 and then performing that high day break after it fails to break down, this could be something. So Pixie and AFI are going to be the multi-day bounces we're looking for. Both of them cheap price plays. I do think there are other better plays out there, but if nothing's moving and these things are setting up, why not give them a shot? So yeah, those are the main watches. One that I am just kind of keeping in the back of my mind, RDBX. This was one that I totally missed yesterday while making the watch list. Saw it in the 320s, and it just took off to low fours from there. So I don't know how much more momentum this thing has got to bounce. Just something to maybe watch, learn from it. But I think there are other better plays like AGRI and Viru are probably going to be my main watches. GNUS is a top percent gainer today, holding up on some good news. Holding majority of its gains. We got resistance at 1, lining up here. Then we got some the 115, 120 region. This could possibly be an open price VWAP per claim to test the low ones to get back there. But we've seen how those plays have been working out, and they just haven't really been the best. Hello, World Seeker. Let's make it another great day. Yeah, so those are going to be the top plays. I'm really liking AGRI as this one's holding the breakout. With Viru, we still have to wait for it to get back to the mid-17s. This can easily fail. So, yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. We got a few minutes left. Under a minute and a half. If there's any questions or any tickers you guys want to throw out, just throw them out there. Nice. That's looking good. The Viru is not bad. Right now it's holding up red-green. What are the options like for AGRI? Would that be a strong one too? Because the stock is moving as well. Cause I don't trade options, so I'm asking you to see if you know. See. Sounds good. But here we are, AGRI, holding right around the highs, the after-hour highs from Monday. That was a nice play to get as well. I remember that. I was on my haircut. Oh, we're on. First few minutes usually the most boring. Just letting things figure out which direction they want to go in. Right? Yeah, I think that one, at least my end, the way I'm seeing it, definitely a wait and see how it reacts. Because it does still have that overhead here in the mid-17s. It's trying to hold up. It is this one in AGRI for me, because as the market is not doing much, these to me are the strongest plays I've been holding up the past few days, showing continued strength behind them. I'm definitely okay with sitting on my hands this morning after having already a solid day with AGRI pre-market. I'm definitely going to be a lot more patient today. Not give up any gains. Already 1 for 1. I did everything I wanted. Just pre-market. I just saw the momentum there, so figured, I know I don't typically trade pre-market, but why not? And that's why I sized down a bit on this and ended up paying off. AFI giving a decent bounce here. Solid bounce, all in a minute. Wow. It ran 20% in a minute like that. Let's see if this has continued strength. If this fails to break down and breaks the high of 41. If they could just pull back and consolidate a bit, that was an incredible move right there. So what we usually look for, you get the strong move. This one went from around 13 to 75. You got the downtrend showing signs of bottoming. Or is it lagging? Oh, now we're back. Interesting. Oh, and here it is, continuing AFI. Damn, okay, on the right track. It's just not doing the move the way I want right now. It's already up 42%. That's quite lovely. Good call. Next up to keep on watch then for a multi-day bounce, if you're not comfortable with AFI, is Pixie. If that could break 40 cents, that could be something. I can't say that it's going to go 20-30% in a matter of 1 to 3 minutes, like AFI. Wow. That's a very nice move. It's just still going. Now we're at 43 cents. 10 cents in 4 minutes. Doing 30% in 4 minutes pretty much. Just under that. That's incredible. Everything's fading right now. RDBX is holding up. The volume is still coming in for that. But I don't know how much further this could go. It was just at 3 yesterday. And this is the thing with some of these plays that we've, with this overall market downtrend, a lot of plays have been getting weighed down and pushed a lot lower. And, some of them are relatively decent plays and people might see them as oversold and start picking up some shares as they're dipping, looking for that bounce. So I don't know how high these bounces are going to last, as I know that buyers are going to end up dumping them and short sellers are going to come in and short these moves as they got overhead resistance. But RDBX, the ideal move was in the low 3s. Now, in my opinion, I'd be chasing, so that's why I just want to watch it, see how this type of pattern works. Now I don't know how much further AFI could go. It's just, it did the move. I usually expect 30% out of these plays, and it did it here. Like obviously, yes, that's an average. It could go higher, but we're gonna be getting close to 50 cents, which is gonna be a key area psychologically that people will likely sell into and short sell at that level. So we'll see. I may be wrong, but I'm probably gonna stay away from this, unfortunately.
My plan is for, unless I see something perfect setting up that I'm really comfortable with, I'm just gonna wait till either midday or late day.
AGRI holding up.
Been taking too many losses in the morning.
AGRI, we got an open price play at $2.99. VWAP is what? $2.92 right now. So we're gonna look for the
Yours
low
is
threes.
$2.92. Mine's $2.99.
Unless mine didn't adjust yet. Mine's got a lag on it.
Open price and VWAP are the same price.
So if it keeps holding right around low threes here, this could be a decent risk reward play, risking off day lows. Just about 5%. Aiming for 330, 340, 350. Just get into the mid threes. Be nice. And this is also a low float. 12.3 million. It's already rotated it here. Decent buying coming in compared to the selling this morning. So we'll see if this could continue trend in volume. Gonna be patient.
So far, nice volume coming in.
Mm-hmm. Viru going red.
This could be a first red day play for a short.
Possibly.
Resistance if this fails to go green on the day. Volume keeps fading.
This one is a potential. A speculative play because it is an OTC, and that's not what I typically trade. But NWB overall chart, I'm thinking possible multi-day bounce. I did have that in the watch list as well. Here we are trying to break to new highs. I am a little late telling you guys, I just noticed it. But if trend could keep holding, I think this thing could do a quick move back to the 80 cent area or so. Viru Neo, nice, okay. Nice. It's working out with Viru. Pretty sure. AGRI had a pullback, but this could be a higher low. So just be patient and we'll see which side it chooses from the range. If it's going to keep holding up, making higher lows, breaking the high day over 307. Or if selling comes through and we start breaking down to new lows. OTCs.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, not all OTCs, but like this right now, it's such light volume and
Hmm. Neat.
hell yeah.
What a day. Let's go. That's nice. What a great day. Congratulations. I might be missing NWBO. I was thinking here at 70 and a half, but now it's moving up to 79.
Oh hell yeah, we didn't forget.
Hell yeah. No way. That was a couple good plays you had yesterday as well. Over 1,000 a day keeps the doctor away.
Keeps the real job away. This is
And the doctor, dude. Less stress. You telling me you're going to the doctors as much? I shouldn't be making that much. Let's see here.
Vero under 15.
Yeah, that's working out nicely.
I'm just waiting for a bounce back up to VWAP. So I'm thinking shorts are thinking this is a short into resistance. I was wrong this day here. We remember.
AGRI is holding. It's above 3. Let me see the scanners. This one's holding up pretty well. OTRA. What the hell are you? What's it? Oh yeah, let's keep OTRA on watch.
What is it?
OTRA. That's a low float. I'm now seeing it on the scanner. It's halted right now. It has after hours high from yesterday's at 367 or so. 1367. After that, next resistance is going to be the highs in the low 15s if we go on the daily chart. It's like 10 million. So, okay here. I might be playing those after hours highs if it fails to break down up there to test 15.3. For a quick snipe. That's a solid push already from 11 and a half. Damn. Previous close 10.26. Okay. I like OTRA.
HRA. Yeah, it came from 938 all the way up to the
yeah, but the setup, like because after 15, there's not much resistance. It is a low flow, doing good volume. Or let me check the volume actually. Not bad. 800,000 so far. It's got plenty of day to rotate the float. You keep that up there. I'm gonna take a look at AGRI here.
Higher lows above VWAP and open price. That'd be nice.
Had a quick new high by a penny. Volume is coming in. See if we can continue this uptrend and buying coming in. Because then we're going to be holding open price right around the breakout level, right above it. And right around the after hours high of 305 from Monday.
Was it OTRA on your scanner?
It was now, not earlier. game with this one. Still has to get to the high 13s. Well, hello, good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Gus.
Hey, bud.
I like that he likes to come and say hello.
He
to
does,
me.
and then he leaves.
Mhm.
Good morning, bud.
Hopefully, Jax will be like you soon. I think he really likes us. He likes to hang out over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. And Beeroo so far doesn't want to bounce. Yeah, not looking good. Fading in volume too. ABM.
OTRA moving.
Nice, nice. Your Beeroo puts are looking good. Tying that first red day into resistance. Like for me, how I would play this is I would just wait for. I'm not trying to. Like, this is how I'm tracking a couple short plays. So first red day is one of them. I'm not aiming to get in here in the top in the morning. I'm just gonna wait for. We got the nice fade. It's proving that it wants to put in that first red day. I'll wait for some kind of midday bounce back up towards VWAP, and if that really seems to stuff, and not a lot of buying comes in, that should be a great short entry. So we'll see. I'm just starting to track it, so I want to see. I'm just curious to see how that ends up playing out. And if it does, I'll show you how my spreadsheet is set up, and I'll fill it out on the live stream later. AGRI looking good. So far, got a nice bottom at 285. Now we're getting higher lows.
Not much again this morning. I don't see anything different here on my phone. All these scanners.
Or TD scanner.
Yeah, just like that top percent gainer.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's a little different, but nothing different today. But right now,
Oh, look, there's OTRA finally.
is it moving?
No,
Oh,
I'm
no, it's
saying
on
my
yours.
yeah,
It's on
yeah.
yours now. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's a waiting game. It does have overhead resistance, but we've seen these kinds of plays really get going once they start testing and breaking to new highs. So it is decently off those highs, but
It's
this thing can
trading-
move.
it's trading good
So,
volume.
Yeah, keep an eye on this. And then AFI, that ended up doing what we wanted. Now it's pulling back as expected, back to 36.
Yeah, this looks like it's kind
That
of.
was the
over.
move. We always
This
talk
is
about
fade.
it. 25-30% spike on the multi-day bounce. There it is. Just didn't shape up the way we typically trade it, so we missed it. And
I mean, there was
But
no.
there it is.
There was no. I mean, unless you were.
there's no consolidation period.
Yeah.
That's a very reliable play. Yesterday was BWV that ended up doing it, and if you go back to that, it ended up giving roughly 30% as well. Over 445 yesterday. We missed that. That was a perfect setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. They offered it 20% at least. So there's
That's
decent
nice.
opportunity there. But not trying to be as biased as I was yesterday, which led to how's it going, BK? Hope you're having a great morning. It's going pretty well here. So far, no trades right now. Pre-market.
I think AGRI is probably top watch.
Yeah, it's looking good. I traded AGRI pre-market, nailed that move to 89 to 330.
This is. I think this is what Deck
Now
would
we're
call
just-
just like the bounce play off the trend line.
Yeah, and then now I'm looking at this as a breakout play over 280. It's holding that open price VWAP proclaim around 299. It's holding that there. So if it could keep uptrending, I think this could end up being a good play to enter and get us set up to test pre-market highs and ideally break that and get to the mid threes. PIK. Had a decent little push here. For sure did. Yeah, to the mid twos. There's some resistance there. Had a little fake out in the 260s. Volume faded. Got exhausted. Yeah, I can see that. And who knows? It might not be over. Just might come back. Still hold that downtrend.
Well, recent runner, and it's the good morning Deck.
What is up? Good morning.
We've been kind of seeing this pattern lately, though, of recent runners fading. We're getting gap ups and big first screen days. So this is a low float, low market cap. I wouldn't be too short biased personally, just yet. I'm like in a high day break almost. Man, Viru does not want to bounce yet.
No. Got stuffed. That was so fun to be a part of yesterday. I was just waiting for it the whole day. And then late day, just out of nowhere. I had no trades. I was all bummed out, kinda. And then,
It's holding up. Comes out of nowhere.
yeah, love this game. Things could shift on a dime.
I think Lycus for kind of he put it in my head to kind of really keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because all of a sudden Lycus comes back into the trading world and he's hitting tickers. And I'm like, all right, let's watch it for a minute. He had the right idea. It was just a little early.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting for the 15-15 break, because up until then it was so choppy and exhausting. just still indecisive. Sellers coming in each time it makes a new high, what makes a move higher. So that's why that was kind of an ignore yesterday, and until it showed me that okay, we're gonna be holding 15 as support now. We're gonna break through it, and that's when the move got clean towards the end of the day into after hours when it became one-sided. Because until then it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Solid triple top, quadruple top ish around 15.
And around that high too, at 15.15.
Where do you guys get the hats? They're on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you check out our website, we have a whole store with some shirts and hats. You bring it up, Jared, and then put the link into shop. So yeah, feel free to check that out. Laptop
Yes.
cases. There's a hat, some bags, whatnot.
All the different colors.
And I still need to get some stuff. I've been too lazy.
And there's that. Now the hats are pretty cool. It's comfortable. I like it. Yeah, we do need to get some t-shirts.
I do. Each night, right before I go to bed, I tell myself, we're gonna order the hats tonight before we go to sleep. And I put on like Community or something. I'm binging that right now.
Are you?
Still, I can't get away from it. I've been watching it for like 2 years. The same 6 seasons. So we're watching that, and then I pass out, and I totally forget to get it until I see you with your hat. I'm like, I had something to do last night.
Okay, we're finally trying to bounce. So, let's bring this back down. I'm gonna go check on the dog real quick because I've had him locked up. I forgot about him.
Yeah. One that I'm keeping an eye on is AGRI. Where's that? That's still gonna be on watch until it breaks down. That's gonna be my top watch. Just trying to hold up, continue this uptrend. A little bit of volume coming in, but we are getting an overall fade in volume, as you can see here. As I'm kind of pointing with my arrow. Let's see what happens. This might be interesting here for a move. I might enter this soon. Viru with a decent bounce. Let's get back to that. So Viru, I'm just being patient. Anything could really happen. It is trying to hold up around this 15 area. So if this yesterday's breakout level support area becomes support again here, it holds up. This could easily come back to the low 17s, and from there we're going to be talking about playing it as a mid 17s breakout. And I'm not a short seller at the moment, so I'm just going to be sitting patient for that mid 17s break. But for right now, what I can say is we got this downtrend with a lot of volume packing it. I doubt this volume is going to be enough to really bring it back and scare shorts out some more. This might be a pop that shorts get into some more. Let's see, but yeah. So it's really just a waiting game. Unless you're shorting, then you got this downtrend setting up, possibly. Kind of how Jared was talking about it. If it fails, let's take a look at that. Yeah, and even if it wasn't too late, here in the 240s, VWAP becomes resistance, volume fades, it has a hard time even pushing higher to give a bounce to size into. Um, yeah, no, most definitely. If you're thinking about it in the mid twos, here it is shaping up quite nicely. BK. Right? Yeah. You'll learn. Keep tracking it. Keep learning. Get the screen time. It'll pay off. The amount of plays I've missed throughout the years, unbelievable. Don't worry about it. AMD was a huge mistake. There. Oof, oof, oof. That's starting to give a push, yeah. That one's starting to bite back. I hope Viru worked out for you quite nicely. So far it is, generally. Yeah, and these bigger ones we usually stay away from. Hope that did not ruin your day. Play it safe. Always play it safe. Cut the loss if you need to. Don't get emotionally invested.
This is looking good.
Yeah, still holding up. I really wish more volume would come in right now, but I'm liking the trend. Very much so.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Still.
I almost ignore that completely. If it isn't for Twitter, I would have no idea what the overall market is doing. Just take it day by day. See what patterns and setups are there.
I kind of want to take a
Little starter there.
yeah.
No worries, it's all good.
Good to see you
Shit
back.
happens, life gets in the way, no worries. Thanks for coming back. Main watch today, right now, AGRI. It's gonna be the main watch. We're holding the 280 multi-day breakout. And we got a solid push. Pre-market momentum is on its side, but right now we're trying to fight over 310. 305 is after hours high from Monday. So it's battling here in the low threes. We'll see who ends up winning. But if this completely fails to break down throughout the day, I can see this making a solid move to the mid threes, like I've been saying past couple of days. We've been looking for it to get to 330 to 350 on the daily chart. If you go to it, Jared, there's some resistance there. So we're breaking over that area. Now we're getting to, that red candle around 330 and then 350 region. You're gonna have some resistance. So playing off these key areas, we're gonna try to buy it near the key area around 3. As we know, that's there. Pixie bounce.
I want to look at that real quick.
Yes. Volume is coming back. That could be a possible multi-day bounce play on that one. We've been waiting for that 40-cent break on it. I kind of do prefer AGRI, just sitting waiting. I've already made decent money on the day, pre-market, just about 320. So we're just gonna set our hands and be patient here.
And I want it to prove itself. I don't want to be buying here at 310 when it's starting to break above and through that that trend line. Because now, right, so far it's just got stuffed.
OTRA is kind of holding up. But yeah, so we really have to gauge the volume, let shorts get trapped. That's what we're really doing right now.
Which is happening right now.
It's consolidating right around a key level, around 293-ish. And you got 280 multi-day breakout levels there as well. So if this gets catches short slipping, they fail to break it down, it starts building back, volume comes back, I can definitely see a squeeze. So AGRI should be definitely a top watch for the day until it goes red on the day and just completely breaks down. VRU, that was a nice pop to short into so far. AFI, that was a great call from the watch list. That's devastating the way it worked out.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
A few more minutes of a consolidation and
I would be in.
Yeah.
I'd be in the low 30, that mid 30s area. And for those of you who aren't familiar with us taking a look at that multi-day bounce, we had it BWV yesterday. If you go to our YouTube, we map out this pattern and a few other patterns, how we approach it, the criteria for it, and we do have some live trades on this pattern as well.
so BWV
Last month it was a
today.
killer pattern. Yeah, we're just looking for a solid run up, 150% roughly at least, and then we wait for the shorts to take over once they're in control.
So like that first green day, what did it be? I mean, this day here, you took your snipe, and then this day it
Yeah.
really confirmed and really
Yeah.
kept pushing and started the whole new.
I got my
uptrend
snipe
towards-
on that Friday. This was a Friday, I remember it. I got my snipe.
Like I remember, it was like
I
Friday.
remember
I
it.
remember that day.
No, because I remember feeling so grateful that that I got out, that it ended up getting me a move, because the volume wasn't really there. It wasn't giving me the bounce that I usually expect. And then Monday comes around, I'm like, shit, okay, this thing just takes off. But then we get another push back to the sevens. Not quite that 150% move we look for, but I do know a lot of eyes are on this play. A lot of people have been trying to swing this short and getting squeezed out each day, and then we get the top at 7. Now we're pulling back strong. So I'm just looking for that momentum to shift, and once it breaks that high on the day, if you go to BWV, we'll map it out a little better.
I'm on BWV.
Intraday. So you get the failure to break down. It has a hard time pushing lower to new lows, and then it comes back. Volume buying comes back. That's the key. And then once it breaks that high, that's going to be the momentum shift, the confirmation of that shift. Because instead of it breaking to new lows and holding those new lows, pushing to new, continuing that momentum lower, now we're holding up, trying to reverse higher, and shorts are going to recognize that trend change and start locking in profits. And that's what leads to this whole move. After it holds 445, the 450s, you get a solid push right into the low 5s, and all that is just short covering, locking in their profits.
And dip buyers coming in.
Yeah, AGRI right now, it did get some heavy selling here in the low 3s. Just being patient, seeing how this works out.
See, I'm glad I was patient here because people do get sucked in. You know, you're buying that high of day break, and it just gets stuffed, and you just buy the high, and that was usually
Buying
me.
in the top end of the range and whatnot.
Yeah,
Because you have this range here between 280, 290, and
310ish.
305, 306. Then, yeah, getting in closer to that top end, you're getting faked out. Compared if you're getting in around 290, sure, you get faked out, but you have a better edge and angle to where
Yeah.
you could get out for a scratch, your loss isn't as big. It completely changes your risk reward on the play. Right now, VRU heading to new lows. What else we got? Let's see. At the moment, I don't see much. Pixie, possibly. That is setting up for a possible multi-day bounce. I just wish there was more volume there. We'll see if it keeps holding that 40-cent region. Because like we said, the 445 area of BWV, how it confirmed, once it confirmed that area, it was able to make a move. We're missing something. DPSI. We're missing something, aren't we? 73%. Okay, we'll float, market cap. Solid push from 7 to low 8s really quick. That's a solid bounce. First green day here, we have overhead at 10. Mid 9s, 10-ish. Ooh, this is looking like a nice high day break. I just wish the risk reward was better. Why is this now? I'm now seeing this. Is this on my scanner? One moment. Why is this not on my scanner? Interesting. We'll have to look into that later. But as you can see, this is the outstanding shares, so I don't know what the float is. It's going to be lower than that. We got 5.6 million float. We got a high. Now we're getting to new highs, 874. This is not bad at all. If this could consolidate, give me a new risk to go off of, because up here, your risk is pretty wide. You're going to be having a risk of VWAP, risking $1, maybe even lower than that. Is it halted? This is halted, huh? Yeah, it's halted. That is crazy. Yes. We'll come back to that.
What was that?
I don't know, Jared. It was a stock that took off. 5 to mid 8s.
Smart ass.
Yeah. Low float, low market cap. It does have a bunch overhead resistance. We got some decent volume here, but a lot more today, so we might have the momentum and force behind this ticker to really give it a push to 10, maybe higher. But right now it's halted, and we're just gonna.
Even if not that, like this could be setting up for another, like, what's the percent of 330? We'll just say 9.
Oh yeah, run 200.
Okay. This could easily be setting up for another either multi-day bounce,
yeah,
or multi-day breakout to test maybe 10, 11. This is a solid. This has been the pattern this week. Is recent runners that have a solid fade from the highs, are finally getting a bounce with solid volume. So these bounces you need to keep on watch. You don't have to play the first green day if you're not comfortable. Wait for the multi-day bounce. Wait for the breakout test, the breakout, whatever you're comfortable with. If you're shorting, wait for that momentum shift. Wait for that first red day. Just wait for your pattern. How's Vera looking?
You those.
Still never really got that bounce I was looking for. Like if I was shorting, I would not have taken this. I would have waited. Because after that mistake from Viru last week,
you were mentally shorting it, and then it just took off. That was
and then
so
Lucas
funny.
Lucas had to rub it in.
Yeah, that was funny.
So yeah.
So not much this morning right now.
It's HRI.
Honestly,
HRI looking disappointing.
Yeah.
But until it cracks 285, it's still in play.
are we gonna be back midday, Jared?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe we'll take a break here in a moment. Yeah, we've seen a bit more action midday, so we'll be back midday for a possible live trade. Calls on Vero on that dip. You were talking about that earlier, looking for the dip. I remember that. Neat.
Pixie.
Hell yeah, well, I hope you didn't get too much damage with ADM, or AMD, that's what it was. Yeah, play it safe. This market it's been choppy. It's been exhausting. Oh, well, I hope Viru paid off, huh? Yeah? It's okay. That's good. It made up for it.
Break even is not bad.
Better than that big loss.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It sucks, but you're doing good.
Okay. I don't know how much more of this I can handle. I'm not gonna be trading much. I almost forgot that I had a trade pre-market. I almost forgot I made money, so now that I remember, I'm satisfied for the day again.
There you go. There you go.
I was looking to trade something. I was getting bored. A couple of decent plays setting up. I don't see anything right now really calling my attention. Pixie doesn't have the volume I really want out of it for a potential multi-day bounce. NWBO, we said that was a sketch multi-day bounce. It's an OTC, out of my wheelhouse. Not doing much right now, so that's an ignore. GNUS, surprise, surprise, a gapper this week is completely fading off of pre-market highs and open price. I had that on watch, but I also didn't expect much out of it. It doesn't really have the volume compared to the float. Pick, what do we got here? A weak first green day so far. It is trying its best to defend the 215-day lows. Not looking great. If anything happens at this move in the time that we're on our break until midday, if this fails to break down, shorts are getting caught off guard. They'll try to size up and try to get back in if it rejects VWAP. But if it starts reclaiming VWAP, I think that could offer a solid push. Shorts will realize, oh shit, this actually isn't going to be a nice place to add into or short into. Let's sell this while we're up before this gets back to day highs. And I'm looking for a VWAP reclaim to test day highs and give us a quick move a little bit higher. I don't know if this is going to get to 3 or low 3s. I'm just going to be looking for the quick snipe from 240-ish to 260s, 270. But if, it ends up failing, volume doesn't come back, shorts have it under control. But if they fail to break this down, this reminds me of, what was it? Oh, it was AGRI for Monday. I remember AGRI, how overall it had, if you could go to it, Jared, please. So you have this run up that ends up getting stuck in the mid 2s, and then you get a really nice fade. It doesn't quite get to day lows, but it gets to the low of the range, and it couldn't break it down. And there really wasn't much volume, and I was hesitating buying it here for a VWAP reclaim, but I was respecting the fact that it failed to break down and was climbing back, and that could trigger a whole squeeze, and that's what happened here, and it ended up working out. So I'm not saying that's going to be the same situation for PIK, but just to give you a better understanding of how a play that is going to almost break down could turn into something else in 10-15 minutes is possible. So you really got to read the momentum and think like the other trader, because I'm trying to anticipate how shorts are thinking. Like, okay, we're up, it's about to break down, it's failing to break down, let me lock in some profits to be safe.
And you traded this, right? You traded this from...
I traded after hours, 269 to 296. So that was a nice little snipe there on Monday. But yeah, so right now, let me check the scanners.
And AGRI is starting to really start to break down there. VRU I'm still waiting for some kind of bounce. I still think there's going to be some kind of midday bounce back into VWAP before we fully start to break down.
Mm-hmm.
At least, that's how I would be looking for it.
Yeah, so sucks that Pixie, or sorry, not Pixie, AFI didn't shape up the way we wanted. That's a dud, but at least learn from it. Learn that this is a pattern. Sometimes it doesn't work the way you want. It's okay to miss a play. It's gonna happen. Later on, there's gonna be something else. It might be a multi-day bounce within the next couple days. It's fine. But you get this solid move, then I'm gonna check out DPSI again. This is the only other one that's moving nicely here, getting to 10 like we thought. Next resistance level. Shit, I wish I was paying attention to this. This really held up decently right here in the mid 8s, like I thought it could. Fails to break down. Long wicks at the bottom end here. starts fighting back, volume comes back. This is very nice. But I don't see anything much out of this now. That's disappointing. Okay, so DPSI, we'll see what it does. Probably we'll just end up trading it as a multi-day bounce after this fails to break down. It does have a decent run here from around 4. I don't know if I want to measure from 3. We'll call it 4. Getting to just about 150%. Oops, wrong one. So yeah, not too worried if I miss this one. The higher the better. It just gives us a better range for the bounce play. And AFI, we missed that. RDBX, that ended up being a failure. AGRI, so far it's a failure. Not totally breaking down yet. So keep that on watch. PIK, we just mapped that out. DPSI, we just ignored that. OTRA, something to keep on the back burner. I don't think that's going to make a move within the next hour. Let's take a look. Viru. I see lower highs and lower lows. One second. What is that? I don't know any of the names of these things, but looking at this chart right now, I'm really gonna have to wait to see if it makes a higher low, to see if it's gonna bottom out, to give a potential rip back, because it could make kind of like a inverted head and shoulders at the bottom end here and show some bottoming action around the mid 14s. Or else besides that, if it continues this lower highs, I think we're just gonna end up not doing much or failing lower. But if we get a higher low, we do have the initial low right around 14.5, then we broke down lower to 14.36, and if we could try to make a higher low here, it might curl back to maybe give a push back to red to green. What do you see DPSI?
I just see the trend going downward.
Yeah.
And
same with the lows too. Not liking it right now.
I didn't really like how this bottom trend line was kind of setting up.
Okay. DPSI. So based off my chart, it's almost looking like we got all-time highs at 12. High days 10.5 right now. Pushing nicely. I wouldn't be chasing it right now. I almost want to say no play with DPSI. I would probably wait for the breakout over 12. But at that point, it'd be up so much on the day, I would be playing it with smaller size. But what I really want to see out of it with DPSI is consolidation. I want there to be conflicting in expectations between longs and shorts. And if we get a consolidation zone, a solid place to risk off of, it could give a solid push to 12. But right now, we're still pushing higher. I wouldn't be chasing this. We're up over 120% now. Personally, how I'm approaching it, no trade. I'm probably going to be no trade unless it gets back to 12 and it consolidates up there and offers a place to risk off of. Because right now, I don't see a place to risk off of until the low 9s here, possibly. Maybe 8.5. So
I would say more 8.5.
Yeah, so your risk would be wide here if you're getting here. I'm just waiting for the multi-day bounce. After this thing gets shorts take over and it gets to the backside, we're going to be looking for the momentum shift in the bounce play. Same thing as BWV yesterday, AFI today.
Yeah, if this starts setting up over 12 and setting up really nicely later
Yeah.
on for a possible move up towards like 14.
Yeah,
I
I
can-
always hesitate to play something to push to the breakout level because as you saw yesterday with Viru, that was a choppy play all the way up until it really broke 15. So
Yeah.
this thing here,
And it took all day too.
yeah.
And this is already up over 100%, so
So
keep that in
combining
mind.
some factors between this already being up decently in a market like this, shorts are gonna start weighing it heavily.
You got resistance here and, you know, the high 11s. So shorts are going to be using that. So we'll just it's a waiting game for now.
So what I see is a breakout at 12.
If not, then wait
It's a
for a
waiting
multi-day.
game for a multi-day balance.
Yeah.
To really give you the answer, probably. I kind of went on a tangent there. I tend to do that, just listing things I'm looking at and thinking in my head.
Be real. Come on, bud.
Trying to hold up here.
Give me that ounce.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a morning. I'm satisfied.
Yeah, you got a solid pre-market trade.
Yeah, did everything I wanted.
Oh, and good thing you did because look at you. So far, you wouldn't be able to have an opportunity. Excuse me. Market open.
Yeah, just being quick. Once it reaches my goals, sell into the resistance. We mapped out how right around 3:30 there was resistance. That's why I had a advance order set there. Not an advance order. You can't do that pre-market. I had a what do you call it? Sell order. Limit order waiting there. What's up, man?
Danny, how's it going, bud?
Hope things are going well. Any questions? Anything you want us to go over for you? We're here to help.
I'm gonna check on the dog because every time
Sounds
it's
good.
quiet.
Something bad is happening.
Yeah.
Pixie. PIXI. We got a setup here like we just mapped out earlier. I don't want to get too redundant here, but it's holding up. It's holding 40 cents very well. Higher lows here. Almost makes me want to take a position soon because this reminds me of BWV. Once you got the confirmation of the trend change and the confirmation of that high, shorts are going to look to cover, to lock in profits. And that will be that volume, all that buying that they come in with covering their positions will be the volume that fuels this play to 45, 50 cents. So, yeah, that is something I'm going to keep on watch, but I'm still going to take a break right now. We'll be back in a bit. I know midday has been a little bit more active recently, except for yesterday. Take a look at DPSI again. And that keeps going. Wow. That is absolutely incredible. Now we're approaching 12. Okay. So we'll be looking for consolidation. That's what I need. I'm not going to be buying into this spike. This is unreal right now. Very cool to see that something in this market can move like this. I'm just happy now that I'm going to have a potential multi-day bounce in a couple days. Maybe early next week. This is going to face... I'm thinking it's going to have a hard time around 12 here. But yeah, just wait for the consolidation. If this thing doesn't have to fail just because it's up 50% on the day right now, it doesn't mean it has to fail. It just makes me think the odds of it continuing might be a little lower. But if this creates a zone, catches shorts off guard, shorts are up a little bit and they fail to really break this play down, and it starts coming back with strong volume, just getting the momentum back higher, it could be a 12 breakout. That's what we're looking for. So I'd be patient here, let it consolidate, let it give you a better area to risk off of, because right now risk is wide, and we'll just wrap it up there. Definitely keep an eye on DPSI for that 12 break now that we're up to it. But don't buy at any cost. We've seen breakouts fail. So let me get DPSI on the chart here. So this is an incredible push already. And we're getting to resistance here. I'm looking for this resistance area to hold for a bit. Shorts get disappointed. They fail to break it down. And we get the push to 14 maybe. But besides that, all I see is a multi-day bounce in the future because I'm not buying up here. I'm just talking in a circle. This thing kept going, Jared.
Nice.
Right? Crazy.
The higher the better, I say.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm about to finish.
Yeah, we'll take a break for a little bit. I'm gonna make some breakfast and try to get some energy out of the dog.
So yeah, what time are we coming back?
7:30.
I'm gonna be late, but you'll start off. What time?
Yeah, I'll probably get back on around 9.
9 Pacific time. Okay, so hour and a half. All right. Sounds great. We're gonna be back in an hour and a half. We'll be back here. That's 9 a.m. Pacific. So take a break, enjoy it, watch, learn something, study up. But be back in an hour and a half, and we'll check out what the market has to offer then. We'll see you guys later.
All right, later, guys.